Danielle joins us now. How is the evening ahead shaping up?
Pretty good, Tara. I mean, we've had a fantastic day. The winds finally a little calmer than what we've had earlier this week. So at this point, registering at the airport, just calm winds right now. 20 degrees out there. Yes, we've had a lot of blue sky as well. We've had some clouds increase. We'll have clouds continue to increase through the evening hours. Through the overnight hours, we are looking at on-off showers. We could even pick up a millimeter of rain here in Calgary. And that should clear out by at the latest 6:30 in the morning. And then we'll have sunshine with cloudy periods throughout the day with gusts around 40 kilometers per hour once again and a high of 20. I'll be back with that weekend forecast in just a little while. Tara?
Okay. Let's bring Danielle back in now as we look ahead to the weekend, and it is very, very dry in southern Alberta right now.
Absolutely. So let's talk about this, because as we go into the weekend, daytime highs in many communities in southern Alberta will just be in the teens, and overnight lows will range between 3 and 5 degrees. So it will be a chilly one out there. We're not looking at any real significant moisture in our longer term forecast. And so with the ground this dry, and this is a look at the fire danger map across the country, you can see in parts of Quebec, parts of southern Saskatchewan and southern and central Alberta is where it's actually the worst and where the fire danger is at the highest. So for central, southern Alberta, basically all of southern Alberta ranges from high to extreme on this scale for fire danger. So if you're camping, make sure you're aware of the fire bans in place, because it will be a little chillier this weekend than what was earlier expected. And I'm sure the fire will be nice and helpful, but there may be a lot of bans in place as we head into this weekend for many communities. All right, when we look at temperatures right now, a couple degrees above normal for most areas. Right now, Lethbridge is at 24, Brooks at 22, Medicine Hat 21, and Calgary, our high was 22. We are now sitting at 20 degrees, which is what's normal for this time of year. All right, when we look at what's happening here, it's stable, it's dry. We're under this ridge of high pressure, which has been really redirecting all the clouds and moisture up to the north. This pattern is going to start to break apart a little bit, which is going to allow for some showers to move in to Calgary as we go through the overnight hours. This is a shot at 11:30 tonight. You can see those showers approaching. Could be even heavy at times by about 2:30 in the morning, and then lasting potentially up until about 6:30 in the morning, and then the showers should start to clear out. So early in the morning, this does clear out. The clouds may take a little bit of time to clear out, though, but we will get some sunshine out there in the afternoon hours and later in the morning hours, but there will also be some cloudy periods. Lethbridge to Medicine Hat may see a couple showers at about 7 a.m. tomorrow. All right, looking at that upper air analysis, this pattern is breaking apart a little bit, which is going to lead to this. We're going to get these winds forced down from the north as we go through the weekend, so temperatures won't be able to climb as high as they are today. So looking at the Capital Chev 5-day forecast for Calgary, Calgary won't see as much of a dip in temperatures, but areas around Calgary could be in those mid-teens. 20 degrees for tomorrow, so similar day tomorrow in Calgary, and then we're looking at 19 degrees or maybe even 18 for Saturday and for Sunday, with gusts around 40 kilometers per hour. Tara?
Thank you, Danielle.
Well, the winds are a lot nicer out there today for the most part. You can still see the camera bouncing because we do have gusts up to 40 kilometers per hour in parts of the city, and certainly possible as we go through these evening hours, and possible tomorrow, but better than what we had earlier this week. All right, let's talk about a couple things before we get into the forecast. This is something to talk about. We now have data from the Northern Tornadoes Project that goes in with Environment Canada, and they confirm things that are happening with regards to any sort of tornadic activity. So after a tornado is reported to have hit an area, then they go in and they do the ratings and come up with, and tornadoes always assessed based on the damage that it caused. So on June 5th or on June 3rd, there were actually 5 tornadoes. Landspout tornadoes typically occur in more than one, in multiples. So 4 tornadoes in the Edinburgh area, all getting an EF0 rating. 1 tornado in Gadsby, an EF0 rating as well. So that was an active day, absolutely. Landspout tornadoes, less dangerous and less impactful and create less damage than the ones that we get later in the summer when we get those big supercell storms. All right, let's talk about what's happening right now. 20 degrees currently. Today's high 22. Normal is 20 for this time of year, so we were close to normal, a couple degrees over for today. The record for this day is 30 degrees. When we look at the pattern that we have in place right now, we're under a ridge of high pressure, so you can see it's all dry and stable here, and all that moisture and cloud cover is being redirected located around us. When we look at what's happening, though, for the weekend, that pattern is going to fall apart a little bit, and temperatures are going to cool. So temperatures will be in the teens for Lake Louise, Red Deer, Drumheller, Lethbridge for the weekend, as you can see here, mid to high teens for many communities. When we look at Calgary and we look at the 7-day trend, Capital Chev 7-day trend, we will remain about 19 degrees as we head through Saturday and Sunday here in Calgary. Tara?
Thank you, Danielle. Let's return to our top story.